Make sure Rumble's up to date. Looks like everything's good to go, good to go. And I don't know why Twitch is actually playing a ad. Didn't say do an ad break. All right, there it goes. Perfect. I must do ads now at the beginning of the thing since I'm now a affiliate. Oh, yep. The Rumble is good to go. Yep, looks like Rumble is good to go. Yep, perfect. Everything looks like it's good to go. So if everything's good to go, let's go ahead and get started. Already cast a search play? I don't believe so. Sometimes these names just look familiar. I don't know why. Of all the names that look familiar, it's this top left one here. Didn't drop any bits. Good. Yep. Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Cup Heroes 2 replay. Spawn on the right side as a blue Wehrmacht player, we have a foreign name. Spawn as his teammate as yellow OKW, we have Rasun. Spawn on the top left side as magenta Soviets, we have Viklas. And as the red US player, we have Fu Killa, who's immediately locked in the armor doctrine. Of course, he can't call in immediately assault engineers. He'll likely go. Actually, armor doctrine on this map is a little bit unusual. It's a big, wide open map. You may want to make use of an M10, but this may not be a good map for assault engineers.
Engineers taking the field.
Does allow some engineers now. But this map is very, very wide open. That's why I'm a bit confused about the doctrine selection there. We got some wire being deployed out there.
The new Grenadier squad is ready.
Azov's got a Grenadier MG4 and 2 opener for the Wehrmacht player, Kubovog and a Volks Grenadiers for the OKW player. And for the Soviet player, we got double combat engineers into penals. A little bit uncommon, but let's go ahead and see what happens. Stormtroopers making an advance, trying to get some good engagements in. And I know something as well to help out with some frame rates by disabling the preview on OBS, so I'm going to do that now. So you may saw a brief moment where I alt-tab. And those combat engineers did get forced back, and it's going straight for this not cutoff point. That's not cutting off anything. But the penals will get some great damage in there. He sees the first squad of penals, and that's going to be a lot of pain right there. Now he knows what doctrine or opener he's gone for. Trying to go for this garrison. But the Shun Pioneers have sustained lots of fire right there. They will get some good damage in there. Those throw some rounds into this boon, which is not a good idea. He needs to hit those penal squad. That's a low priority squad compared to this squad, and he was much closer to that one. How many windows are on that side? 4 windows. M3 scout car has been pulled out, and this combat engineer has been forced back, so it should be able to get inside the back of that white scout car, no problem. This rifleman apparently got ripped apart, made by some grenadiers. That's actually down grenadier models there. Folks, grenadiers and riflemen will find each other. Try to go to the cutoff point, but was very unsuccessful. I mean, prone to losing this entire squad. Grenadiers and Pioneers in pursuit. Pioneers could go ahead and capture this point. Kubok is trying to pursue as well. It's generally better to actually run after the unit, even with the Grenadiers bolt action rifles. I remember, I think it was Tightrope who released a video showing differences between the two. But now we've got to arm the scout car pushing forward. Load up with the penal squad, not with the combat engineers. Combat engineers do have decent rifles. Of course, penal squads do have better rifles. But you just want mobile flanking support, and maybe a good idea to just load combat engineers. There's only 4 slots in the back of the card to have models firing from, so the combat engineers are able to use with their decent rifles at the back of it. No Pats cost available, and no possibility of flamer because Pino's lost that a long time ago. Fuel point has been decaptured, or was never captured in the first place. Go ahead and fight from cover. Fighting from cover will be a good idea. Good idea for the Penal squad to get out of the armor car and get behind the heavy cover there. But of course, will all be possible being flanked, such as by these Grenadiers and Pioneers.
Our headquarters has been improved.
Battle Phase 1 research. Battle Phase 1 for the Wehrmacht player. He is also locked in a doctrine. It is the Storm Doctrine, which I'm still sort of angry that there's no Stormtroopers and they put the Yek Command Squad there. Storm Doctrine should have Stormtroopers. Changed my mind. We got the Wehrmacht sniper behind some light cover. And Grenadiers will move forward. Lieutenant has been pulling out. The Lieutenant model is not being engaged, so that's going to be one Thompson engaging at point blank range, forcing back the Grenadiers there. The Thompson model, the officer model himself, both the captain and for the lieutenant, does do quite a bit of damage. Grenadiers making their advance. We do have the riflemen push his way forward. Riflemen and Grenadiers, if they're fighting on even ground, it's a 50-50 chance of who actually wins the fight. And we've got the Storm Doctrine's ambush camouflage sprint ability, and there goes the lieutenant. We do also have a 50 cal deployed on the field. He went for a fast 50 cal, so I can go for a fast Stuart. Got another Doctrine lock-in of the Guard Rifle Combined Arms Tactics. Both sides have access to artillery piece, the left 18 and the ML20. And for the OKW players, the last person selected Doctrine. Let's see. Overwatch Doctrine. Eagle Infantry can do some good work on this map. Nice wide open. Jagdtiger, that wouldn't be half bad with the Breakthrough Doctrine. A lot of open ground here, so the Jagdtiger wouldn't be half bad. And Luftwaffe ground forces. The Loiter's not bad either. All these Doctrines are quite valid in this matchup. His teammates already gone for a Doctrine for left 18, so perhaps maybe not Overwatch for that purpose, but that still has a good airstrike ability. Does load up the Penal's car with PTRS Penals. It does take out that Kuppenwagen, a little bit overkill, honestly. And whenever I set on up, he was not expecting Penal PTRS to be loaded back the car. Neither would I. U-22 has been deployed on out. He's making his advance now, which can take out the M3, but those PTRS still pose a threat. Assault engineers are now receiving some auto-cannon fire there. They do fall back. He does have the ambulance now deployed on out.
A capture point is being overrun.
And now there is a 50 cal in placement there. He does load up with the rear echelon, so they do get the 3 grenades. Of course, they're not exactly all too spectacular. Volksgrenadiers are making their advance, trying to capture the central point. So at the Soviet sniper should say here, as well as a fresh squad of guards, meaning being upgraded to DP-28s. And the 50 cal does suppress these Volksgrenadiers. We do got this Soviet sniper getting his first kill there. Scoring another kill on the Volksgrenadiers. Two rotating his way over. That is a shoe mine there, which could be useful at one point in time. Again, Warfare says hi to the 222. Grenadiers are receiving 50 cal fire. The Pioneers will be receiving it next. Does fall back there now. This rifleman squad needs to fall back sooner rather than later. It's severely wounded. And now we've got the PTRS advancing, getting some great hits there. Get Warfare fires, sets it up, and the autocannon does fire some bullets there, but the 222 will need to fall back. Nice little pick there on the M3. And got a number of models killed there with a crash as well. Oh, rifle grenades from the fighting position got thrown on in. Apparently can reach out that far. Now we do have the Jaeger command squad deployed on out. Also, another grenade there, 3 echelon. Flame Warfare or Flamethrower has been going out, the M2. Firing a rifle grenade, fires, gets a decent hit there, and does force back the Assault Engineer. Minimal damage to the Grenadier, but this Captain will find some great hits there. Does have the bar upgrade. And he's gone both for Lieutenant and a Captain, so now he can get out the Major. He does not need, he's probably not going for a Stuart Rush. Another rifle grenade thrown there, does avoid it. Grenadier squad does fall back. Rifle grenade fired, but it will, of course, rain short. Rifleman squad does push behind the heavy cover there. It's sort of hard to see who has flanking shots. Both sides may have possible flanking shots right on this side. For the Jaeger command squad likely went out, but it is a Veteran C2 squad. Does go a rifle grenade there, destroying the heavy cover there, as well as civilian wounding the rifleman. The heavy cover, of course, reduces damage he received, and lots of damage there on the 2-2. 50 cal and 6-pounder or M1AT gun are rotated around. Now we got Jaegerlight in the border. Now he has gone for Overwatch Doctrine. Does go ahead and splits away. Does find the PMD-6 mine, which apparently some of them has been deployed out there. And these squads do go ahead and fall back. Lots of PMD-6 mines there. For Bolton's, we've got the Penals increase accurate. The combat engineers fires faster, and guards having a little bit more accuracy as well. Looks like a smoke run coming on forward. Does get suppressed there. Works a little bit too quickly right that side, but this Grenadier is advancing quite nicely.
A capture point is under attack.
This Grenadier should be able to get some good flank shots there, but will get ripped apart by the Flamer Engineers. Grenadier squad is about to be wiped out. Next Flamer Burst could potentially wipe it out. He still can get gunned down from long range. Does manage to escape on out of there. And you got the guard squad avoiding the shoe mine there. Shoe mine does not get detonated by the auto cannon fire. Now got another SWS half track running forward as with a blob of infantry. The guard squad has dropped PTRS, which actually is a boon, because that would greatly increase the guardsman's damage output. And looks like the 2-2 does go down there to the 6-pounder. 1 kill, 1 vehicle destroyed. Flame grenade thrown, incendiary grenade. Let's go ahead and get out of that garrison. Up here, we got the rifleman and captain advancing, trying to get some good damage there. M242 does find suppression there on the rifleman, and AoE suppression does come forward onto the captain. Pioneers are advancing, trying to get some damage there onto the engineer. Does force him back there. Pioneers receiving more and more flame bursts there. Got another incendiary grenade in the garrison. He does get out of the garrison nice and easy, nice timely manner. He does have the medic research back at home. Does find another PMD-6 mine. And now the guards rifle squad may need to fall back. Jaeger infantry will need to fall back as well. They're a bit too close. They do fall back now. We've got this guard squad advancing. He does have the 1 less DP, or not DP, PTRS, which actually is very good. And finds another PMD mine. Another Soviet landmine there does not get detonated by the Volksgrenadiers, as the Volksgrenadier do have a PTRS upgrade, or picked up a dropped PTRS. Looks like the Grenadier squad does get suppressed there by the 50 cal. This one is out of range 50 cal. There's a lot of wire deployed out here. I'm not sure from who though. Good flamer burst in that Grenadier. Does back away and decides to use his range advantage now. 50 cal is still advancing. Assault engineer severely wounded. This mortar gets a good hit there onto the Grenadiers. Over here, we've got the guardsmen hitting, bracing dirt on the VP. Cal does find suppression there onto the mortar, and his rifleman captain does go and get suppressed by the MG42. Sheriff Panzerporter has been deployed and has been upgunned. When it comes to fuel, the OKW player is pretty close to a Panzer IV and or Jagdpanzer. Just needs more manpower rather than fuel.
A gun crew has been lost.
Lag has been decrewed. Looks like it went down here. Now he is starting to get some STGs upgraded on these squads. Up north, we do have the Grenadiers advancing, getting some good receiving a lot of damage there.
Sherman bulldozer ready.
And now we do have a 105 Sherman deployed on out. Sherman Pioneers do get forced back. We do have more and more suppression coming in out from this bunker emplacement. The Dishka emplacement. Dishka emplacement is being gunned down by the Vickenwerfer. It does fully destroyed there. Flamer engineers advancing, hitting those Volksgrenadiers quite hard. They gain some great damage there. Flamer squad does fall back. Minesweeper squad will need to fall back as well. But we do got the guard's rifle there. Have their both TPs firing away. He does secure the area. We do got the 105 advancing, trying to get some damage in. And we do have the Panzer IV deployed out by the OKW player. The Wehrmacht player has used up his fuel on something. Here we go. We got a Panzer IV for himself.
Taking our territory.
As for rolls and miss there onto the sniper, he's charging for the satchel, AT satchel charge. You honestly don't see it all too often, so you may briefly forgot about it and realizes, oh crap, I can't get that guy close. KV-1 deployed on the field, which is going to be a hard counter to the Panzer IV. KV-1 is very well armored and easy to tangle with the Panzer IV. Both sides do have a good amount of armor, so it's going to be a bit of a balance fest. Austria Panzer IV is advancing, does force back the rear echelon. 105 Sherman advancing, finds a good hit there onto that Volksgrenadiers. Smoke run does go ahead and smoke out the 50 cal. And now we do have the guards and riflemen racing dirt, trying to throw their PTRS fire. This one has the one PTRS, this one has two PTRSs. So it has three PTRSs and a KV-1. KV-1 does bounce the Vickenwerfer. He does go and brace dirt as well. He could potentially crush it. He does have to be worried about Buxton as well. Detonates from the PMD 6 mines. He does have the mines pushing forward, and we've got a Gravy run coming forward, trying to hit that. Get some great hits there, completely decrews that Vickenwerfer. The Sherman Pioneers could go ahead and try capturing it up. Those are on City Grenade there onto the Penal squad, burning it up quite well. Let's capture the Vickenwerfer there with the Volksgrenadiers. And try and throw some good rounds of shots into those combat engineers. We do get some good shots there. 105 also advancing as well. Panzer IV rotating forward, trying to hit that Sherman tank. And now I got Austria's Panzer IV's advancing. Do got some bazookas on this rear echelon.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
The KV-1 is falling back. You got a left 18 deployed out by the austere player. The OKW player could potentially pull out his own as well. If both players want their own designated battery. Mortar does roll a miss there as the Grenadier is trying to capture this munitions point. The 105 Sherman is quite wounded. And good hits there onto the Panzer IV. Great hits there onto that rifleman squad. Relatively fresh rifleman squad advancing with the Grenadiers now receiving a massive hit there from the Sherman tank. These forces started making their advance. KV-1 throws her rounds into the unbuilt sandbags, which actually is very useful for the OPW player. The Light Infantry do fall back. The guards and penal squads receive quite a bit of hits there as this Panzer IV does receive some shots there. May see a button, does throw a round into the heavy cover right there. One Volksgrenadiers are remaining. And great mortar hit there as well as the cover being destroyed. It looks like now the left 18 is going to try barraging down this KV-1 or this general area. Sniper only has 13 kills so far. Up north, we've got the Panzer IV receiving hits there from the bazooka and potentially from the 105. The Jaeger Command Squad will need to fall back sooner rather than later, getting a little bit overwhelmed. And now we do have an M10 deployed on all the field, and it does get some good pens there, and the camera can finish it off. The M10's okay, but not like that.
Commanders, be advised. Troop level barrage now available.
Grenadiers do fall back. Looks like the mortar does get decrewed there. Lots of shots there in the austere Panzer IV. One more bazooka will finish off, but looks like he managed to escape on out. And the 105 Sherman, it will cover the rifleman. Does decrew the Pak 40. I doubt he's going to take time to capture it up. Throws a rifle grenade there. Good dodge. And the 105 Sherman allows him to get the wipe there. Opsas advancing, trying to get some shots there. Will receive shots from the Sherman tank. Getting some great damage there. Pak 40 does find a hit. And more hits there. Does get a foul stop. Multiple attempts on the 105 Sherman. And the Jaeger Infantry Squad will need to fall back. He may go for mass Panzerfaust there. Does get a Panzerfaust there. Get main gun destroyed there. Didn't finish it off. Just trying to blitz him forward. Almost does not get blocked by the decrewed 50 cal. And does go ahead and get the 50 cal resecured. Sherman tank does go down there. And the 50 cal wasn't fully secured. Panzer IV is a little bit wounded, and with the amount of support that the KV-1 has, that's enough to go in. Pak 40 facing the wrong way. The Light, however, does get some great shots there onto the guards rifles. And got landmine being detonated by the left 18. Next left 18 shot could rain. Ooh, was pretty close. Put it there onto the rear echelon. Rifle grenade firing. Does cancel in time, does drop the bazooka, does pick up the bazooka, and retreats back to rifle squad when he didn't need to. A bit of a panic retreat, maybe. Jaeger Command Squad trying to push way forward, trying to capture the central point. Does have the Panzer IV for support, though it's wounded. The Jaeger Command Squad will manage to force out the Assault Engineer, but the Rifleman Squad can get some damage in long range. We do got ML-20 deployed on our field. Looks like his first barrage on top of the mortar. Throw some rounds into the terrain. Get some good hits there. Rifleman squad advancing, trying to engage the Grenadiers. Grenadiers only have Special Suit 1. S4 is nearly fully repaired. May have received some PTRS shots. On the left side, got the KV-1 advancing, getting some hits there on Obsatsen. Good damage across the line. And the Panzer IV, of course, will also have trouble versus the KV-1. KV-1's almost at Veteran C1, while the Panzer IV is at Veteran C2. There's Veteran 1 for KV-1, so now it can hold down. Looks going to try to charge forward for Panzerfaust. He because the Panzerfaust saw the one model was trying to fire, it was actually gunned down, but didn't manage to get it still. EMP mines are being detonated by the flag. Up north, got the bulldozer fighting some shots there on the Jaeger Command Squad as the Panzer Force is advancing. Those rollabouts there on the Sherman tank, and the PaK-40 does find a hit there. That Panzer IV can't, Sherman tank can't really advance forward. PaK-40 light shot does not get a shot off. We got the Pioneers, the Sturm Pioneers repairing up the other Panzer IV. Let's find another shot there on the Panzer IV. He does get a wipe there onto the Assault Engineers. Great hit there on the Jaeger Command Squad, forcing him back. Over on the center, we got the Volksgrenadier capturing the central VP. As we got the Panzer IV engaging the KV-1. The KV-1's now at Veteran C2. Just like it was a minute ago, they had the Veteran C1. Rolling some bounces there. We do have the Sector Assault ability now available. S-35 is available for Magenta as well. That'd be a great unit to support the KV-1. He does also have... Oh, wait. Not sure how that went down. Big explosion. Stuka dive bomb can actually... must have been brought on in. Great suppression there on the Rifleman. KV-1 finds a great hit there. Holy crap. EMP-6 mine gets detonated once again. While those have been detonating, I like seeing them actually being used. Veteran C3 for the KV. For the Panzer IV. KV-1 is halfway, his Veteran C2, Vet 3 as well. Obsatsen receiving quite a bit of fire there. Jaeger Commands, or Jaeger Light Infantry is advancing. And it's on the map, we got Pioneers near Earth apart. And wiped. Jaeger Command Squad should be able to win this fight, but the Mortar does find a good hit there, forcing back the Jaeger Command Squad. We do have another M10 being deployed on out. This boy has low on fuel, actually. I like it would have a bit more fuel. One of the ex-allied players needed to fly on anti-aircraft piece. The US player has actually unlocked the command post, which can't get the M15. They know about the Jaeger Light Infantry Squad, so they should have a good idea of what doctor's gone for, since there's only 2 doctors with that ability, and most people don't select Scavenge anymore. Ooh! Looks like the F-18 found the ambulance taking it out. But it's there on the MG42. PaK-40 does roll a miss there as Panzer IV starts making advance. Trying to get some good damage in. Does get a heat round, does get bazookas in there. Anti-tank rifle grenade does connect. 2 shots away from death, 1 shot away from death. And does have to take aim, and there goes the Panzer IV. Rifleman squad is advancing, but will get required by these forces. But he got the Panzer IV, which is a great pick. KV-1s are now 2 Magenta KV-1s deployed on out. This Panzer IV and the Mechanism-Werfers will have a bit of trouble versus all that armor. In fact, the OKW doesn't have the Mechanism-Werfers anymore. They probably need to get out some more AT. A Jagdpanzer would be pretty good for the OKW player, I would say. He does have a mechanized HQ. He may be saving for King Tiger. X-35 could throw some rounds there onto the Sheer Panzer quarters. And the lag does find a good hit there onto the Guards Rifleman. Pac-40 finds a good hit there as well. Does drop a PQRS. Would have been a good idea to leave a drop. Panzer IV has received a bit of fire. No bunch of vehicles on the Panzer IV. He does throw out an incendiary grenade there to force back that Guards Rifleman. And Penn trying to go for crushes. He does get body blocked by the gun of the Pac-40. He doesn't get the additional crew members. Does find a hit there. Grenadiers and Penal Squad is suppressed. We got a strafe run being put out by the Soviet player right there. Gains some great damage on there. Panzer IV does receive some hits there from the support weapons. And also the 105 Sherman does get engine snared. Sniper does find a hit there onto the Major. That's also a Wehrmacht sniper. That was his kill number 2. Always getting Veteran C3. There's his not Veteran C3, Veteran C1. Smoke grenade was thrown by the rear echelon. And the Riflemen do throw a grenade there onto the Jaeger Command Squad. The Jaeger Command Squad should be able to win out, but not with that 105 in the region. Does throw a rifle grenade there. There was 2 models killed there. It looks like he did wipe out that rear echelon with that rifle grenade, so that was a good rifle grenade.
The enemy is taking our territory.
After 50 cal does suppress the combat engineers. We got the Panzer IV engaging. Ooh, S-35 hunts some hits there. Stone Pioneers trying to repair while in combat was necessarily a great idea. And now we do have the Sector Assault now coming on in. Help ward away all these vehicles. I was going to say, it looked like he had enough reasons for King Tiger. King Tiger has blown out. Does go ahead and get an engine crit there onto the... And couldn't take time to repair an engine crit there. Sherman tank severely wounded. Does throw passive pulse there. Does take out the M10 there. This Sherman tank still quite exposed with his rifleman to escort, as well as an AT gun. The Wehrmacht player doesn't have to put out any more armored assets. He does have Battle Phase 3 as well as the Heavy Panzer Corps. A lot of fuel, not enough manpower. Fed 5 Sherman tank blitzing our way. Will manage to escape on out. Now the King Tiger will make his advance, trying to get some good hits in. Quick recon run coming from the Major, just trying to spot these forces of a maybe artillery strike of some sort. Though I don't think there's another ML-20. 50 cal does get forced back. King Tiger throwing some rounds there onto the Penal Squad. This placement does go down. He has to target towards the AB-1's S-35 does roll bounce as well. Here Command Squad trying to capture the point. Don't see it hold down the KB-1s. But the S-35 does get multiple pens there. Looks a Panzer IV does put some forward, gain enough damage there on the S-35 to take it out. This one, KB-1 could be taken out, but it's going for the rear armor. He could try to butt in the vehicle. Does butt in the vehicle there, but the King Tiger is in the region, was severely wounded. Multiple rear armor hits there. Panzer IV trying to scroll away, and does receive enough PDRS fire to only get killed in another shot. We got another S-35 pulled out by Magenta Blue. Has pushed quite far forward on the northern flank. Red. So does the Sherman tank. Rifle squad does push the way forward, trying to capture up that VP. The VP is triple capture in favor of the Axis players at 311 to 145, so they have over twice the amount of tickets.
We're losing a capture point.
Sherman 105 finds a good hit there onto the Grenadiers, trying to get some more shots onto them. Pack 40, however, does find a shot as well, and let's say the Grenadier. Panzerfaust does connect. Good hit there on the Volks Grenadiers. King Tiger does roll a bounce there, still needs some repairs, still has to be careful with the KV-1 shots missing hitting those Pioneers. X-35 throws out a French with smoke grenade. They're trying to throw some shots, more shots there on the King Tiger. A bit of the smoke still lingering around, but the King Tiger does find a pen onto the KV-1. Those KV-1s have given the King Tiger Veteran C1. He can upgrade himself with the Pinto Mount as well, but he may just keep his munitions high for the Sector Assault. This is the Volks Grenadier does have the PTRS. And that Volks Grenadier does go down as I look away for one brief moment. Sherman 105 is found the Panther. Panther does get some good hits there, so does the Pack 40. Actually, the Panther may have got one good hit, not any good hits. Gear Command Squad is capturing the Central VP. Triple capture in favor of the Axis players once again, as we got these forces engaging the Riflemen. Sherman 105 is advancing. I just realized something. The Sherman Tank now has an artillery barrage ability.
We're down to 75 goddamn points.
Good hits there on those Grenadiers. Pack 40. Veteran C3 trying to get some more shots there on the Sherman tank. Looks like it's out of vision. Nope, does get a shot there. Panther starts to make his way forward, trying to throw a shot there on the Sherman 105. Does find a shot on the Sherman 105. That's a fresh Sherman 105. Now we've got Sabot rounds. Getting some great hits on the Panther, but that fresh Sherman tank does go down. Armor penetration onto the King Tiger as the King Tiger and KV-1 are trying to duke it out. Looks like the OK first place cast in GG, and now the US player has conquered GG, so it looks like they are. I think the game's already been decided. Looks like the Panther may have sound like it may have gone down. Looks like the other Sherman tank, however. Sector Assault is coming in, which will help ward away these forces. We may see some infantry troops coming on forward soon. Volks Grenadiers could try to stop the capture. Great hit there on the guards and riflemen. They do also drop the PTRS there. Got a strafing run coming on forward, and the US player has backed out of the game. 17 tickets remaining. I think the other player, the Soviet player, is just going to stay in the game a little more. Soviet player has a lot of armor. I think the biggest problem with the US player, no, not the M10s. He wasn't fighting just a whole lot of armor. I'm not sure what else. I guess the US player just lost too many squads. This one does go down. I'm pretty sure he's facing AFK. He does go ahead and fall down right there. Panthers focusing some shots in. And that's the end of the game. Oh, nice little ending right there. This is Adam Great saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Oops, not that button. This button. And then all of a sudden it gets loud again. good. Let's not do a 3v3. That's me testing on my mod. This one should be fine. Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Company Heroes 2 replay. Spawn on the north side as the yellow US player, we have Maka. Spawn as teammate as the blue Brits, we have MSC1515. As their opponent as the OKW player, we have a foreign name. And as the red OKW player, we have Tony Montana. Two players have immediately locked in doctrines. We do have the airborne doctrine for the yellow player, so we may see no pathfinders. He's skipping pathfinders and going just riflemen. That's actually a bit unusual. Maybe he doesn't really want pathfinders. And we've got all players now locked in their doctrine. For the Brits, we do have the Mobile Assault Regiment. We may see an early mortar, though he is fighting against OKW, so perhaps not the early mortar. For the Magenta OKW player, we have the Grand Offensive Doctrine. We may see some early Panzer Fusiliers. And for the red OKW player, we have the Overwatch Doctrine. So I'd like to see, excuse me, some Jaeger Light Infantry. Of course, we got the Kubelwagen engaging the infantry section. And up north, we do have the Kubelwagen capturing at the VP now. And we do our first squad of Pathfinder. So he's gone for our light Pathfinders, going Rifleman, Pathfinder. A bit unusual. Rifleman trying to go around to the other side head cover. He start hitting that Storm Pioneer as soon as possible. The Volkswagen, the rear echelon should just start engaging at long range. But those Storm Pioneers managed to close the distance there, getting some good damage there onto the Rifleman squad. The Rifleman squad will need to fall back. The Storm Pioneer squad may need to fall back sooner rather than later. If he can stick around a little bit longer around the rear echelon, he's less likely to be prone down. Oh, and no! I was completely mistaken. He got very, very lucky with that. Getting a wipe there on the Storm Pioneer with the rear echelon. They're not a wiping squad, so he rolled very, very lucky there. And that is a big loss. And now he can't even repair up his Kubelwagen. He's going to have to rely on his teammate for repairs. If he gets too damaged, he may just retreat back to his teammate's HQs just to get repairs when possible. The Storm Pioneers received quite a bit of fire there, and still receiving some fire there. I suppose it's advancing, but they're getting outnumbered. Got this Volkswagen side of this building, but the Royal Engineers are going to get nice and close. The Panzer Fusiliers are engaging with the Volksgrenadiers, also fighting the Riflemen. And now we've got these Volksgrenadiers inside that building, getting some damage there on the Pathfinder squad. So he has Mia's Doctrine known, of course. And they also do see the Royal Recovery Sappers, so they may have a good idea what their opponent's doctrines are. Plus, Purple deployed out his Panzer Fusiliers, so they may get a good idea what doctrine's gone for, though both of the doctrines of Panzer Fusiliers are very likely on this map. They may not know exactly, I don't know what other doctrine he had selected. They all selected the doctrines very, very early. The only doctrine that's probably remains completely unknown is Red's Overwatch Doctrine, though we may see some Jaeger Light Infantry out sooner rather than later. Captain has now been deployed. Notice the Panzer Fusiliers do fall back nice and early. We got the Universal Carrier being deployed on now, trying to get some damage there onto the Kubelwagen.
Upgrade complete. Ready for orders. Be ready for action.
SWS half-track's trying to make his advance.
Receiving effective fire. Ready for battle.
Unless the Kubelwagen does receive a bit of fire there.
Secure the lever. Location set.
Volksgrenadiers making their advance. Let's get one of the model drops there onto the intersection.
Enemy threatening a
And he will
capture
get
point.
this one overwhelmed. This one does fall back as well. Panzertrack has been upgraded there on the Sturm Pioneer, trying to hunt down that ground carrier, but does throw around into the intersection. Lamer squad on the Royal Engineers advancing. Needs to start focusing that one down first. This Volksgrenadier needs to fall back as well, being prone to being wiped right now. Does throw a sneak grenade there, and the ground carrier does receive a Panzertrack shot there. Lamer squad out in open ground should be able to gun down quite easily. There's also a Brit landmine there.
The capture point is being overrun.
Repairs complete.
Oh, he actually used a repair ability on the Universal Carrier, so he's not going to wait time for the
Enemy causing
recovery
trouble,
sappers to get them
trying to
repaired
take
up.
one of our points.
He got it manually repaired. We got a fresh Sturm Pioneer for red, and I heard a landmine detonation. That landmine we spotted earlier. The Jaeger infantry do fall back a little bit as the Panzer Boosters are making their way forward, eyeing for this heavy cover. There's, of course, spot the Vickers K light machine gun upgrade.
Sorry, but we're being bloody shot at. Attacking our flanks. Go ahead. Ready for orders. Back to full strength.
Intersections making their advance, trying to get some hits there onto the Sturm Pioneers. They do fall back. And the MG34 does have a high penetration rate, so it does do some decent damage there. Finds a shoe mine there onto the intersection. Red's Kubelwagen's quite wounded. 80 gun shot rolls and miss on the Kubelwagen. Another MG34 deployed out by Red this time. MG34 has received quite a bit of fire from the units in heavy cover. Heavy cover will make them immune to suppression, well, mostly immune. The Volkswagen do close the distance, getting some great damage there onto that intersection squad.
Good news. The ability is ready for use.
Volkswagen is advancing in open ground. Rifleman squad gets gunned down. That's a big loss. And looks like Pathfinder is just camouflage there, not really engaging. He does have a lot of heavy cover there from to play around with. He does drop some weapons there. Any ammo support on the front line, he's just going to get healed, reinforced, and captures up the 50 cal. Looks like the infiltration commandos have been deployed on out.
Back to full strength.
And the infiltration commandos do fall back there. Captain does get suppressed there. Jaeger light infantry has been deployed on out, but we'll see lots of fire there, and they're in only light cover there, so they're going to get ripped apart by these squads. The Volkswagen with the STG upgrades and push the way forward. Does have the suppressive fire ability there on the Universal Carrier. Does suppress one of the squads there. These squads do get suppressed there by the MG34. MG34 being hit by the Universal Carrier, but the Pinto Mount is not hitting it. Fire is actually being split. The pinned rifle squad does receive a sneak grenade there as Sturm Pioneers advancing in heavy cover.
Deployable by air.
We got a 80 gun here, 50 cal, as well as an AA half track being brought out by the US player. As Fusiliers are engaged in the intersection behind heavy cover. They do drop a model there, allowing the colonies to capture up that VP. G43 upgrade has come out for the Jaeger Light Infantry.
Our supply line's broken.
Volksgrenadiers have received quite a bit of fire there. They have a blob of intersections. 5-man squads are quite effective. It looks like the head cover does get
Grim guns and field
destroyed
launchers
by
can
the
now be
gunfire.
used by many units.
Anti-tank fire! Orders!
Universal Carrier did receive a Mechanorrifle shot, does back away in time. G43 squads engaged in case of great damage there on the intersection. The other squad has advanced. He may need to fall back for the squad. Does throw an Incendiary Grenade there. Or Frag Grenade, I should say, because that's the Panzer Fusiliers. 2-man squad will need to fall back sooner rather than later, being prone to being wiped at the current rate.
Repairs complete and everything works.
Here's the Universal Carrier has repaired himself as the AA half-track does starts advancing. Does avoid the Panstrike shots.
All done over here. A capture point is under attack.
It looks like the Volksgrenadiers do get suppressed there. Now they're fully pinned as I hear no gunfire. There's the gunfire. Wagen getting quite severely wounded, needs to fall back sooner rather than later. Got the MG34 inside the garrison. Infiltration commandos do throw a gamma bomb, decrewing the Mechanorrifle. Does not manage to capture the Mechanorrifle for his own purposes before retreating or being suppressed. And the Wagen does go down there.
Done. All fixed.
And looks like the Universal Carrier has once again repaired himself. Does throw a nice Panstrike shot into the AA half-track.
We're losing a capture point.
Contact! Watch out! Infantry aside!
This force dog gets pressed there. Thanks to the 50 cal. Lag is throwing some smoke rounds in. The Shun Pioneer will need to fall back, is quite wounded and was fully pinned. And the Jaeger Infantry squad may need to fall back as well. Does have forward reinforcements here. There is the Battle Group HQ for forward healing and reinforcements. He needs to. Oh, does recover from suppression there, but he will get overwhelmed by the captain and Pathfinder. He should have sprinted away behind the med truck. So of course, got the. That's not an MG34, but a Kubelwagen.
Taking fire! Area secure! It's attacking our position!
Oh, oh! It's going for a smoke barrage, but it's getting. You know how you can shoot your own stuff? You get too close. It was the same thing, but with smoke rounds. He does get one smoke round there, which all he really needs. So the Mechanorrifle does find a good hit there onto the AA half-track. And got the stick grenade being thrown by the Panzer Fusiliers. Got the commandos armed with Bren, so they are able to shoot, they are able to shoot them while moving. The commandos do get suppressed there. Flamer engineers getting some great work in as the MG34 does suppress. And likely if AoE suppress the infantry section, commandos will need to fall back. They're severely wounded. Your section does fall back there. Got the MG34 advancing. As so is the Shun Pioneers. The Shun Pioneers are in a flanking opportunity against the 50 cal, but of course got the intersection to help rip them apart. Universal Carrier is advancing forward. He may use suppressive fire ability, or just get them negative ground, ripping them apart, instantly annihilating them. Multiple smoke rounds raining on in from the likes that appears to be from two separate likes from both players. That's sort of humorous. Does throw an Incendiary Grenade there, completely whipping the 50 cal. Mechanorrifle does find a hit there. And the MG34 does pin both of those squads, forcing them back. And he's going to take time to try to salvage the AT gun, but burning himself alive, receiving extra damage there. A half-track force fire on the ground, gets great hits there through the smoke. Does throw a round into the heavy cover there. Does get the AT gun decrewed there. It does take out the AA half track. Now going to be focused firing the M1 AT gun. And it's best to destroy it rather than take time to salvage it. Especially, no, it's not scavenge doctrine. It doesn't have the improved salvage, just a regular salvage. Which I'm sort of surprised that Jaeger infantry can salvage without the scavenge doctrine.
Weapon team back to full
Lay
strength.
cuttings for Panzer HQ here.
German Pioneers do not have stun grenades, so they can't win out versus commandos like that. Like, however, finds a good hit there. MG34 may get flanked. And except for the Flamer Engineers in this region, he should be able to get some great AoE damage right here. He's not focused on the Flamer Engineers, they're going to get some great shots in there. Does fall back to the MG34, but may still get wiped by the Flamer bursts. Looks like that was the land mattress now available. And he's getting some great damage onto that Panzercruiser Light shot does rain through the garrison. Does throw a stick grenade and has 4 kills there. Flaming Squad will need to fall back. The Light does range short. I got the MG34 suppressing down this intersection. Does manage to crawl out of the arc there as the mortar may have got some good hits there onto the MG34. Notice it looks like a pack howitzer. Mortars gains, not mortars, intersection gains some great hits there. Suppression coming on forward by the 50 cal right there.
Frag grenades now available for action.
Oh, was that a high explosive rounds haven't loaded up in that Sherman tank? But Kenworker does find a hit there. No potential squad wipe. Does find a second hit there. Needs to get out of there. Receiving a bit too much fire. Grenadiers have seen quite a bit of fire there, and they do fall back now. Grenade was thrown. Does avoid the Gammon bomb. Pack Howitzer trying to throw some shots, but it looks like he's largely missing. Obsassin is being upgraded to MG34. However, does get suppressed quite quickly. This HQ maybe a little bit too far forward. It's going for a forward retreat. That's why he's keeping this guy around. Does throw some smoke rounds on top of the 50 cal. Infiltration Commandos making advance. Great hit there by the Pack Howitzer. He needs to fall back. Gammon bomb is prone to being wiping the. Got a forward HQ or forward retreat point deployed out by yellow right there. And now we do have the left 18th available for red. Does get some good hits there on their rear echelon. They're trying to repair up in combat. Kenworker does throw around in defense, and there goes the Obsatsen. He does only have 1 Bren on that intersection, so they picked themselves up an LMG. That would have been great for the Pathfinders, but probably a good idea just to capture when you get the chance. Land Mattress now raining on in. We'll get some great damage from the support once he may not realize he's facing against a guy with a forward retreat point there. Another Pack Howitzer deployed on now by yellow, so that's will be a lot of firepower. He can also deploy out for himself another Sherman tank at this point in time. No bar research. This player has a lot of munitions as well, so maybe just going to save up for a whole bunch of P-47s. Good suppression there on the Royal Recovery Engineers. Sherman Tiger makes his advance. Let's throw around into the heavy cover there. trying to get that 50 cal that has been
We're
captured.
losing a capture point.
But looks like he will not be able to stop it. Panzerfaust or Panzerstreck may roll another hit there. Nope, does get shot before firing off the Panzerstreck. Senior grenade was thrown in this 50 cal inside this garrison. He will likely get burned alive or gunned down. Does get exploded by a lag.
Lost a gun crew.
Oh, here got the Panzerfusiliers engaging the infantry sections, getting some good damage onto them. The models are advancing. He does throw a stick grenade there onto the commandos. You get a bit of damage there.
Supply line's been cut.
He does throw a gamma bomb there, but largely avoids it. Receive small splash there. Each section trying to get some shots in.
Keep them guessing. Cover that dead ground. Contact forward. Prepare for order. Taking effective fire.
I do hear a Tiger Panzer deployed on the field. Tiger tank going for the Pinto mount. You can't get the commander on the Tiger tank. And we've got some good damage there onto the Jaeger infantry. Jaeger infantry may get wiped out right here. They do get wiped out.
Forward element report and infantry unit lost.
No bars onto the Pathfinder, so it's purely meant for a support squad.
Tank support is here. Sherman ready.
Another Sherman tank has been deployed out, which may pose problems versus that Tiger tank, but a pair of Sherman tanks, pikes, and rounds will do some great work. Great shots there by the land mattress. Tiger tank does find a hit there onto the Sherman tank, but a nice supply explosive round there on the Volksgrenadiers, getting some good damage there. But the rear echelon does get gunned down by the Tiger Panzer. Royal Engineers Duke Express does receive a good splash hit there, no model drops. He does have a medic back at home as well.
Coming crew, awaiting new orders.
Comet has been deployed and now trying to charge on forward. He does throw a round short on top of the Sturm Pioneers. Sturm Pioneers receiving more and more shots. Good hit there onto the Comet tank. And looks like the Tiger tank is seeing a bit more pens than the Comet tank at the moment. Infantry stormtroopers, not stormtroopers, commandos, does throw a gamma bomb there, does get forced back, receiving quite a bit of fire. Tiger tank does get a nice model drop there. The rest of the commandos should be able to skip on out there. And now here comes not P-47s, we've got Sector Assault being put out by the Germans. And with that Pinto mount there, should be able to see some AT strafes. Volksgrenadiers advancing, got the suppression there onto the infantry sections. Looks like more stricken runs coming on over here. Captain and Pathfinders advancing, trying to engage these Volksgrenadiers, getting some damage onto them. As they so Volksgrenadiers start dropping models, the more work the Pathfinders can do. They have only 6 kills and 3 levels of efficacy. They do that pretty quickly, but still, that's not a whole lot of kills for them. They really do need the bars to be effective. In fact, the US player doesn't have bars whatsoever, other than the captain itself, which hitting bars on the riflemen will lower their health quite quickly while the Pathfinders get their snipe shots off. There may be something being poured out there, but it looks like nothing at the moment. And this does not have Left 18 deployed out to barrage that region either.
Target secured.
Volksgrenadiers do capture up that point.
Unit ready.
50 cal does suppress the captain there.
Over here.
And the NG-34 does force back the Pathfinders. Looks like a rifle flare is actually thrown out by the Panzerfusiliers. Very nice. And sorry if you hear some background noise, my heater kicked on. infiltration commandos engaged at long range with the Bren guns. We do have the common tank advancing. Does not find a good hit there. The Tiger tank does not get a good hit either. AT gun sitting on up. We may see the discarded Savage rounds. The Tiger tank does receive quite a bit of hits there. Does fall back in time. A lot of infantry coming out by the US player. And now I do get a Landmaster barrage raining on in. Does find a good hit there on the Pinworker. Does get a decrew there. Tank finds hits there on the Tigerpanzer. White Phosphorus does connect with the garrison. Now the Volksgrenadiers have received quite a bit of fire. And does go and get that Pinworker decrewed and fully destroyed. Smoke rounds do come on in as the the infantry sections start making their advance. Over here we got the two Sherman tanks advancing. Both of them looks like a load of high explosives. Does roll a miss there on the 50 cal. Got something caught on it. It's the P-47 Strafe. King Tiger's advancing. You will receive a lot of rocket hits there. The Tiger tank is out of range. King Tiger trying to get some shots on it, but we'll see some rockets now. Lost damage there on the Tiger tank. Does force back the Sherman tanks. They're quite wounded there. Tiger tank advancing. They may receive some strafing rounds there. Does receive some AT gun shots. Tom tank could advance as well. Most of the rocket rounds may be heading on in onto the Tiger tank once again. We're seeing lots of fire there. Still the radius. Volksgrenadiers advancing. The Panzer Fusiliers do fall back in time. And now we got another rocket run. Something got exploded. Looks like it's the Jackson went down there. Perhaps to a Pinworker shots? I'm not sure what. Yeah, Pinworker. Tigerpanzer are advancing, trying to get some shots there on the infantry. Shooting Pioneers does absorb some shots from the Comp tank. Comp tank needs to get prioritized fire to engage that Tigerpanzer. Does roll a bounce there. And does receive 10 in return. Those Tiger tanks will try to focus down the AT gun. Does roll a miss there as the Landmaster's raining on in. Does roll some miss theirs. AT gun does go down. And more and more rockets rain on in. Those are not a whole lot of damage. Most of the Kugelwagen just perfectly fine. Got a Firefly deployed on out by the Brit. Going for both the Tulip and the Spotter. But it's there onto the Tiger tank. And completely whistle the Tulip rockets there. Common tank engaged. 6-pounder rotating around. Will need to rotate around again. Does get an AT tank rifleman there with the rifleman. Total bounces in on the Tiger tank just what he needs. A nice smoke run coming on in to save his Tigerpanzer. Force fires ground, gets a good hit there on the Tiger tank. Firefly pushes his way forward, finds an angle, and there goes the Tiger tank. Plus with rockets, fresh rockets coming in. Still has 300 munitions, so he has enough for another rocket run. Going to see more and more rocket runs by the airborne player. Ooh. Got a heat round from the Pack Howitzer, getting some great shots there. Fusiliers do fall back. And the Sherman takes our skirmish around. Look, they still have high explosive loading up. We got the Stoops of Foos barrage raining on in somewhere. That's good hits. That's really good hits. Holy crap, that was a lot of good hits. Got the ambulance, got a lot of squad members. Got a squad wipe or two on the engineers. How many kills did that thing have? As you see too, that may have been his first barrage, 20 kills. That seems actually about right. Over here, Tiger Tank is engaged in the Sherman tanks. Sherman tanks still have high explosive rounds. High explosive rounds didn't manage to pin the Tiger Tank there. Got lucky. The Allies are not looking all too good. They lost a lot in that run. US player can rebuild. He's out of a rifleman.
Orders coming through.
He needs to reinforce the captain. Going for Jackson, he can bring in some paratroopers. He could keep some guys back home if he doesn't want to reinforce them, like the captain.
Capture point is under attack.
Got a Jackson, yep. And got the incendiary grenade thrown there.
The capture point is being overrun.
Ready, set.
Okay, number 4 finds hit there on the Sherman tank.
We've lost a squad.
Yeah, the common tank is, I believe, a bit too effective versus the infantry, in my opinion. Jackson deployed on out. That'll be 3 vehicles for the US player. This VP's captured. The VPs are in favor of the Allies by a fair margin. Over 100 tickets. Pair of rifle flags been thrown out. And now we do have another recon run from the Major, trying to spot stuff. He may bring in a rocket run. He has a lot of munitions, sort of. Everett has been using his munitions quite handily as well. And he doesn't have a doctrine that's really a lot of munitions sinks, so very good job of keeping his munitions down. Maybe he's throwing out a lot of landmines here and there. But pretty wasteful of the grenades that maybe was doing it as well. Tiger Tank skirmishing around. He's receiving a lot of good hits there. And now we do have a sector assault raining on in, trying to trace himself. Firefly almost goes down.
Determined, and we are down to 300 points.
That's going to suppress the commandos there. It does decrew the pack howitzer. Very nice.
Just got wiped out.
You can see maybe some more strafing rounds on the Jackson. Looks at more infantry strafing rounds onto the Pathfinders. MG-34 receiving quite a bit of fire there from the comm tank. It does throw a white phosphorus round on top of it as well. Not sure why he rebuilt his rear echelon. He doesn't. Maybe he needs a sweeper. Overall, he doesn't really need to worry about that. This player has 400 missions, so he's safe. He's just been ready to call in some more rocket runs. King Tiger's advancing. Does find a hit there onto the Sherman tank. He does roll a miss there. Throws a bounce there onto the King Tiger. And now we do have a landmass barrage ring on this sector. Jackson finds a hit there onto the King Tiger.
What the hell? Where's that coming from?
Rifle squad ready for action.
Fresh Rifleman Squad. No paratroopers. I'm really surprised about the paratroopers. EV doesn't get upgrades on paratroopers. Paratroopers have first rifle better damage, as well as having the extra model there. So it's generally a better idea to go for paratroopers, even if you don't go for upgrades. White Phosphorus does connect. Volks Rangers push the way forward, trying to get some good hits there onto the captain, does force him back. We've now got the 2 Sherman tanks advancing. On the right side, we've got the Obersassen advancing forward with the infrared STGs. This is the intersection that picked up himself the LMG-34 as well. And it looks like some sort of got a rocket run coming in from the US player, and he has enough munitions for another. Will receive some hits. Will looks like that Garrison will absorb a lot of shots. He can stay outside the race for the time being. Magenta has not rebuilt his his regular Tiger tank place, saving up for it. Maybe a good idea just going for the Yaga Panzers. Kenworth finds a hit there. Yaga Panzers, the Kenworth hits there from the land mattress. Does get a decrew. And Super Boost may receive rocket runs. But no, it's actually the Koopa Bog received rocket runs there. As Super Boost does rain on in this region. Left 18 raining on in, getting some great hits there. Only 2 kills at the moment, almost efficiency 1. Good hit there onto the comm tank from the King Tiger. As we can only throw some rounds there onto Battle Group HQ. It is a little bit wounded. The King Tiger can force fire the ground, does get a fine eagle there, gets another pen. It looks like the comm tank's actually hitting the 50 cal, not the sheer transport, not the Battle Group HQ. Down here, we got a Cannon Warfare and the Tiger tank being pulled at the same time, sort of blocking each other. Not sure what I'm hearing. Ah, sounds like a Pack Howitzer getting some heat round barrages. Trying to barrage down this HQ. Shroom Pioneers are repairing it up, but they're managed to avoid shots and plus are pretty spread out, so they shouldn't be wiped down one shot. Tiger Tank and King Tiger are making the advance. Pinto mounting upgrade on the Tiger Tank. MG34 does get forced back by the intersection with the LMG. King Tiger does receive a hit there. Good pen there onto the Jackson. Notice the left 15 may have got a shot up there. It does take up the Jackson tank.
A medium tank was just lost.
Ooh, that could have been worse. Borkman's still at Veterancy too, so nothing too crazy. Does spot the land mattress there. The Cannon Warfare needs to start hitting that land mattress because a couple of place shots can actually fully destroy it. It's actually severely wounded. If he would have got one shot up there, takes out the Firefly instead. But the land mattress itself is actually severely wounded.
Downed enemies trying to take a point from us.
Anti-tank gun engaging us.
Somehow the Universal Carrier is still alive. Land mattress barrage, close range barrage hit these forces. The Panzer Booster Squad will need to fall back. May does get wiped out. Can I refer? Ooh, Panzer Booster. That was from the Comet tank. He needs to hit that land mattress. Does receive a frag grenade there from the rifleman. He's got frag research. Interesting. And Cannon Warfare will escape on out there. Fresh Obsassin being deployed on out by Magenta. And Red has deployed out Panther. And so Panther and King Tiger deployed out by him. That should be a lot of AT. More than enough to take on the Sherman tanks. Comm tank still always poses a threat, and Jackson can still throw some rounds at range. Good hit there onto the Sherman tank.
Damn Krauts just wasted some of our riflemen.
And that rifleman squad got annihilated by the Tiger tanks. Not sure who actually got the kill there, but I think both of them fired the shots pretty much at the same time. So all these vehicles trying to get repaired on up. The Brit does have a Royal Recovery Engineer going out for a 17-pounder. That's clearly an impressive gun that destroyed a vehicle. And the Recovery Sapper Squad is relatively fresh. Has half a level of Veterancy, 1 kill. I think does receive some hits there. 17-pounder is fully set up there. May receive a shot there. Nope, does not. The smoke does actually save it. Not sure why there's actually smoke being thrown out there. And it was just a single round of smoke, so I'm not even sure where that smoke even came from. I think it's from the lights, but still. F-18 raining on this region. They're proving quite effective. Gets a good hit there on the 6-pounder. And the Saucon does finish it off with their infrared STGs. I started focusing down the 6-pounder now. 6 of loose barrage raining on in. Finds decent hits there on the pack howitzer. And now I got the sector assault now raining on in. The 17-pounder will still alive, still at full health. The ambulance may have went down. Nope, it's still alive. Not healing anything at the moment. Panther being engaged by the Jackson and Sherman tanks. The Sherman tanks have high explosive rounds loaded on up. Those roll bounce there with the high explosive round. Then 5, the Kenilworth are getting hit by the Pathfinders, just Pathfinders. And the Kenilworth may actually go down there. There's a P-47 run. And then that 5 the Kenilworth does go down. Rocket rounds coming on in, trying to hit that Panther. Panther's still being exposed. Is chasing the King Tiger. No, it actually was chasing the Panther, but managed to avoid the radius, and he may still be in the avoider radius. Sector assault being called on in, but looks like all the aircraft may have been shot down by the 50 counts. And the King Tiger does most of the radius. It seems like instead this rocket's being rain out wide to splash the Panther. We got a combat emergency warp speed trying to hit that. Flanks the Tiger tank. And the other combat tanks advances forward as well. Does not get a hit there. Throws a frag grenade there onto the Tiger tank. And apparently it's also sticky. Does out another frag there. Rolls a bounce there. Tiger tank may actually go down. King Tiger needs to start advancing forward. Tiger tank does get destroyed. Does receive a hit there. May receive another hit. Might be a pretty long range shot. Fires, gets a hit there, takes out the Vet 3 Comet tank.
The enemy destroyed a vehicle.
Good hit there. Destroys the carcass. King Tiger making his advance. It still has some Jackson gets support. It has emergency one to throw in some evap rounds. Does have enough munitions for another rocket round, just needs the cooldown.
Ambulance, ready for action.
Waiting orders.
Stuke's boost raining on in somewhere.
P-47 air support now available.
Great hits there, wipes out the pack howitzer.
Gun crew just got wiped out.
Panzer Fusiliers are receiving quite a bit of fire there from these forces. Those throw a gamma bomb there, throws a stick grenade in return. Now got the Jaeger with the Oslauson advancing, trying to get some damage there onto the infiltration commandos. Jagdpanzer is blown out by Red. He has the Tiger tank, Panther, and the Jagdpanzer. There's a lot of AT for Red. Magenta deployed out his own Jagdpanzer as well, so 2 Jagdpanzers. A bit overdone with AT at this point in time.
Comet tank. A new engineer section is waiting for orders.
VPs are very similar. Looks like the X-Players managed to finally get a little bit of advantage.
Rear echelon squad ready for action.
And Red is actually running low in infantry, and he's at pop caps. So this is the only squad of Volks Grenadiers. He also has Shroom Pioneers that's unvetted, but this is basically it for his infantry. Trying to go to emergency warp speed, trying to flank the Jagdpanzer. Jagdpanzer should have been retreating back this direction. Poor maneuvering by Magenta. Sees a miss there from the Firefly. Does some depend there on the Comet tank, and now we've got another rocket run hitting the Panther. Panther's advancing. The Jagdpanzer does. I think it got a shot off there. Red's Panther's advancing, but severely wounded the Comet tank and Firefly in the region. We're seeing lots of hits there. Trying to blitz away. No, just already used blitz. Does receive a bounce there. Jackson finds a pen. The Firefly would have got the hit there. Probably would have got the kill because there's a little bit extra damage. Rocket run raining on in onto these forces here. We're seeing more and more hits. Does find a shot there on the King Tiger, and Red's armor will fall back. Needs a lot of time to repair. Got a booby trap on that point. Hatcher 50 cal trying to throw some rounds there onto the commando squad as the Jaegerlight, not Jaegerlight G, and some Fusiliers are trying to capture that point now. But yeah, that was pretty poor positioning by the Magenta. He should have backed up this direction and maintained his gun because he saw his blitzing this way. Backing up this way would allow him to maintain coverage here and inadvertently help protect him from that Firefly. So very, very poor positioning by Magenta. Got another sector of Overwatch here. Panzer Fusiliers have fired a flare there for spotting the Sherman tank. More aircraft still flying about. Six of Fuse Barrage finds some good hits there on even the Pathfinders. Even the Bren carrier throwing some rounds up the aircraft.
We've 100 points left.
Contact!
Kenworth finds a hit there on the Bren carrier, does not get the kill there.
Ready for orders.
And somehow it's actually Gunners.
Orders.
Oh, he's actually getting automatically repaired up there. Vehicle crew repair since he has Veteran C3.
We're losing a capture point.
Opes also make an advance. Of course, light cover. The infrared SDG does ignore light cover entirely. But the Sherman tank with high explosive rounds does find a good hit there on the Opes also. They will need to fall back. They sustain quite a bit of fire there. Artillery raining on in, smoke rounds coming on in as well. Does largely avoid it, but the Kenworth make it decrewed there. Should the commandos with Brens. No, but the Kenworth somehow managed to escape on out of there. Probably because the commandos were unvetted.
We're being bloody shot at!
Oakson squad does manage to fall back. The Panzer Cruiser squad falls back as well. Red's Panther advances and finds a hit there onto the Comet tank and receives 2 pens there in return.
Push your attack.
Gains some hits there onto the Firefly. King Tiger affects C3. Seems some hits there from the Jacksons. Axis players are down, or allies are down to 43 tickets. 40 tickets is a triple capture against them. That's not a whole lot of tickets remaining. The intersection squad is receiving some suppression from that 50 cal that's falling on back. And Jagdpanzer, Reds or Jagdpanzers now making some ways forward.
An infantry unit lost.
Looks like the Red has lost a unit, maybe Pope's last squad, I'm not sure what he had. No, he had a Volksgrenadier and that's gone.
King Tiger ready.
King Tiger has a lot of stuff in front of him, including some paratroopers finally. Aurora being upgraded with Constance. Now he is below the munitions for his next rocket run. He may want to cancel that and keep his missions high. Anti-tank rifle grenade is coming forward, does not get enough damage there to get the snare, so a bit of a mistake there. A lot of bounces there, probably because these are high explosive Sherman tanks. We got a nice evap round from the Jackson. Evap rounds have worn off. Now we've got a Panzer Warfare barrage raining in on these forces. Shun Pioneer does get gunned down there by the commandos. And it looks like they were seeing quite a bit of fire, and I think some of that was friendly fire. King Tiger and Jagdpanzer make their advance. High Sherman tank, that Sherman tank does go down. And now the Tiger tank is now up to 4 levels of veterancy. As Workman does fire another barrage off, the Jackson does receive a hit there as well. Magenta does apply another Jagdpanzer, and the Red's Panther now makes advance. Let's throw around there on the Jagdpanzer as the Panther is receiving fire from this Jackson up here. There's 2 Jacksons out in the field. That one does now veteran one now throws on evap rounds.
Ready to move out.
Firefly is a bit wounded, so is the Jagdpanzer. Kenworth is pushed very far forward, trying to throw around there onto the Firefly, but was unsuccessful. And looks like this Kenworth is now receiving some shots. Thompson paratroopers do get forced back. And white phosphorus does come out from the common tank. There is a dropped Bren gun there. Ooh, deadly hit there. If the cannon refer rolls a miss, he may be forced on the ground. That is white
25 points
phosphorus.
left.
One grenade thrown on top of the pack howitzer only gets the one model that was sort of sticking around to say hi to it. Catch the hot potato, right? Hot potato masher. Stick grenade was thrown, was unsuccessful, and the commandos should be able to make their way to the VP. Commandos are picked up from the central VP. Both Yagons in this region. Red is a little bit wounded. There's all smoke grenade there from the commandos. These light gun, Veteran 5 light gun will get decrewed there and does receive anti-tank rifle grenade from the rifleman. Good hits there. Jackson will find the rear armor. Yagons gets on out of there, receiving multiple hits there. Red's Panther could advance, trying to hit these infantry forces with the King Tiger. King Tiger not close to Veteran 5 just yet. Panther receiving lots of fire there. Veteran 3 now. He needs some combat bullets out of there. And no rocket run or any order at the moment. Six boosters connect. King Tiger throws some rounds and rolls a bounce there on the common tank. Now the King Tiger's now receiving the gauntlet of fire. Evap rounds being loaded up with the Jackson. And then both the Tiger tank and the Panther needs to fall back. They're both so wounded. Trim tank's advancing, does trying to stop the Stormtrooper, the Storm Pioneers. The Panzer could push his way forward to draw fire as well as throw some fire, but all of Red's armor is falling back. Storm Pioneers did escape from out of there. All these tanks need to be repaired. Magenta's almost fully repaired, only relying on the Mechanized HQ for repairs. Pioneers will have trouble. The air troops only have 3 models there, and the rifleman only has 3 models as well. First paratroops have been pulling out. The Storm Pioneers do fall back, as the Jagdpanzer does throw some rounds there onto the paratroopers here. There's going to be one last armor gauge. Perhaps a good idea to save those munitions for the rocket run. There is enough munitions for the sector assault as well. It's probably going to come down to one explosive final battle to determine the game. Both sides have very little ticks remaining.
We're losing a capture point.
You have another booby trap there. White Frost is being thrown out onto the Storm Pioneers. Red's Jagdpanzer is severely wounded. King Tiger does go around there. King Tiger is still quite wounded as well. Now we've got the sector assault coming forward. This may be the last battle. Straight around onto the comm tanks. Getting some great damage there on the comm tanks that make Magenta's Jagdpanzer severely wounded. Receives a miss there from the Jacksons. Jagdpanzer's falling back. King Tiger's falling back. Everything's falling back. Still got enough. The rocket runs has not come on yet. He does have enough munitions for it. And they're still inside the loader, but not being spotted because there's nothing to spot. Some of the aircraft being shot down by the 50 cals from the Sherman tanks. And now here comes a big strafing around the Sherman tanks as they do have, well, it's being shot up onto it. It's revealing himself with that 50 cal. But it's there on the Sherman tank. That 4 Panther advancing, receives a hit there from the Jackson over the right side of these commandos trying to gauge the Obsausen, and he does get quite hurt. Obsausen's going to be trying to capture that point. This point is being recaptured by the rifleman. Allies down at the last 16 tickets. This point is being captured up, but that booby trap did nothing. Small amount of damage there. That model may have been spread apart from the others. MC-34 is not that one, so can't load up Arcus rounds. More likely he'll had time to load them up before getting gunned down.
We lost a gun crew.
Rifleman could get some good damage there on this Storm Pioneer. Does interrupt the repair. King Tiger almost fully repaired right now. And Magenta's Jagdpanzer going way too far forward. Canada Ripper does roll a miss there. You can body block the... Yeah, it does body block the combat tank there. But that's a lot of fire. There's 2 fireflies there. And does throw a couple grenades there from the combat tank. It does get some kills there. And more grenades being thrown from the combat tank. That 3 does get the defensive grenade throw ability. Infiltration. More grenades being thrown. Jeez, that has to be a bug. It's throwing 2 grenades at now. It should only be throwing 1 grenade, right? That may be a bug where now it's throwing 2. You hardly ever see it anymore. But that may be a bug. Yeah, Jagdpanzer pushing me forward. Does see some hits there onto the Sherman tank. Good hits there onto the Tiger tank. Multiple hits there on the Tiger tank, getting some good rounds there on the rifleman. Multiple hits. Tiger tank's now forcing back, but you got one of the Fireflies load of tulips. As losers trying to capture this point, they will be able to get a deep capture, still out the tickets. Axe players on 30 tickets. Allies still maintain their 16. Shun Pioneers could just stay on that point to keep it captured. Both sides are unable to get that point decaptured. Throws out a bundle grenade there. And he's still pretty far from getting decaptured. Panther receiving quite a bit of fire there, throwing rounds there onto the Oakshotson. It is down to, I think, 0 HP. It's definitely at 0 HP at the moment. Does get the decapture, maybe got a full retreat. Yes, there's double capture in favor of the Axis players. That's maybe all they need to get to win the game. Paratroops dropping on in. Now that's just a single capture. It's getting very, very close, but they should be able to get that captured up before the game gets over. Panther does throw some shots on in. Bet 5 Panther, but severely wounded. OVR Commando's capturing this point as well, or at least decapturing it. Magenta has to play out his own Panther tank. His Jagdpanzer is, of course, dead. He's low in field. Red has a lot of resources, but if he loses something, he won't be able to quickly respawn. He's saying the Tiger tank says it is on cooldown at the moment until he loses it. So he can't lose anything. Even though he has resources to lose stuff, he can't lose anything because it'll take too long to get it redeployed. Double capture in favor of the Allies right now. The Axis players do have a bit of VPs to play around with. This will be captured on up. This point is not being captured. Oakshotson need to get over there, but they will run. The commandos have to hold this area. The King Tiger needs to hit that commando squad. This is a threat to their game. There's only one model. Does the guy, one model that's capturing the point, does go and fall back. Especially 5 on the King Tiger. Warframe Barrage ringing in somewhere. Doesn't get any hits on the vehicles. It can do some damage for the vehicles, but King Tiger is severely wounded. Right, Infrastructure is going to be holding that point. This one is being captured by the Shun Pioneers. Get out of the vehicle. Get out of the vehicle. Stop the capture. Does get the point captured up. Does fall back. Rear Echelon pushes his way forward. It's getting it very close. Such a VP. What's it look like? That's secure. This one is in Allied hands. 2 VPs remaining. This point is being decaptured. Got a sector assault coming on in. Does get decaptured one time. 1 VP remaining over on the right side. If this point gets decaptured, that's game. But at this point, I think will be captured before this point will get decaptured. Panther receiving quite a bit of fire there. Panther will go down there. He needs to go for a crush. He needs to keep the Oakshotson alive. Throw a fractional smoke on himself. Goes out grenades. Multiple grenades being thrown. Still has 1 guy remaining. He does get gunned down there. 50 cal on top of the point, but has no health remaining. King Tiger actually went down as well. Rez loses Panther. Canada Warfare needs to get on this capture point. Nothing to stop the capture right there, except for some strafing runs, but they are not very good suppressing. Comtank's still alive. No pen strike on the squad. Throws a couple of grenades on the Canada Warfare. Does get the kill there with a quick draw. Firefly is there. This point is not being captured on up. The Storm Pioneers get over there. Let's get a wipe on that squad. Central VP is being captured up by the allies. This point just needs to be captured up. It looks like Obstos are capturing that up. Storm Pioneers will not be able to capture up. The commandos too much for them, and the paratroopers are wounded, but they're to support as well.
10 points left. I say again, 10 points.
This double capture still against the Axis players is massive. Storm Pioneers, they throw some more paratroopers on top of there over here. Still double capture. I think that's game. The allies have 2 solid captures, and they will maintain the 2 solid captures. The allies managed to pull back with 1 VP remaining. Holy crap. This is Angrace. Thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Oops, I hit my microphone. As the game starts loading, I'm going to use the restroom. I'll be right back. Okay, now let's see. What replay should we do next? This one here. And let's go ahead and get this one loaded.